Yeah. Well then. No kidding. I can't even go into the barn menu. Thanks for coming back, Ado. Well, I don't know what to say. It was frustrating. I hate to blame the game, except every time I go into the barn menu or another menu, it kicks me off the live stream. So I'm not going to do that anymore. How about that? Hmm. 1202. Here's he's making the TMR. You can watch him make TMR. The secret inner workings of the robot barn. And a little bit of hay. That's a good way to lose viewers. Just keep kicking them off the live stream, making them come back every time. So if you have one of these, don't park anything in front of this gate here, because if you do, your cows won't get fed. Found that out the hard way. It's like a little barn R2D2. Um, as far as I know, I think they all. Well, I'm not sure. I've only played with the Holsteins that I have right now. It will say in the description of the cow when you buy it. So there's in the animal in the where you buy the animals, it will give you a description of what the that breed is like good for. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Evil. I don't know why, but I think this game is going to make me cry. Every time I go into a menu, it kicks me off the live stream, so I'm not going to do that anymore. Um, but yeah, take care, my friend, and I might just call it a night pretty soon here. Maybe another 10 or 15 minutes. I'm starting to tire of this. Not talking to you or the game. Well, I guess kind of the game, but having to lose everybody every time. Well, seasons. Yeah, good night, Evil. Oh, Mr. CBW. Yeah, well, I didn't either until I did. So no worries there, CB. I think I'm going to plan one for Friday, and I'll put a notice out, sort of thing, so everybody knows. Um, I'm just driving around aimlessly here. Seasons, yes. So seasons doesn't affect the animals at all. As a matter of fact, I don't think it affects them at all. At least not that I've noticed. Seasons affect the commodity prices, like the prices you get for milk and so forth. But as for, I'm not sure about sheep. But seasons doesn't work on this game as it did on 19. On 19, it had a much more dramatic effect on how everything else worked. Here, it's basically seasons affects your plant growth cycle if you have it turned on, and your commodity prices. But I don't think, at least I haven't seen it affect animals in any way. So hopefully that's it. It might, but I haven't seen it yet. What am I doing? Okay, we got all the silage out of there, and our cows are probably still okay. And it's October. Oh, we're running on 5 times, but that's okay. Male and are there male and female animals? I don't think so. That's good to hear, Chad, that you're feeling better. Yeah, you just hang in there, buddy. And we're just going to hopefully this doesn't kick us off the freaking live stream. Sleeping. That would suck. All right. Well, we're still going. That's good. Oh, corn's almost ready. November. Guess I'll tune up my gonna tune up my forage harvester. And then when I say tune up, I mean it's just drive it over to the the trailer. I won't be able to. It's not quite ready. We can cut the corn green for silage, but it has to. I'll wait until it has a little bit of brown on the bottom of the stalks. It doesn't have to be completely brown, but we might as well just. I'm gonna check the store for used equipment. Hope I don't kicks me off the stream. Tractors in the trailers. Nothing interesting. Oh. Well, thanks, Backwoods. That's very flattering. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Where it's snowing. Yeah, I don't want to do it every night because that gets a little bit dull too. But twice a week, I think, is good enough for me. And that at least then it gives. Yeah, Chad's a good host too, for sure. He's a hostess with the mostess. Although he goes for like 5 hours, I couldn't do that. I'd pass out. I didn't know how you do it, Chad. It's snowing. It is snowing. It is a fine December night, and we are making chaff. Yeah, lately it's been a little hectic with all the mods, and I try my best to actually use them at least a little bit. And I always try to use 12 hours. Oh God, no. Oh yeah, no, I don't know. That would be. It would literally run out of things to say. I think like it would just be me snoring. That's what, and a worker that has gone found himself in the river of or somehow. And you see a picture of a harvester in a river. That would be about 6 hours of the stream. But uh, yeah, you know what? I never really considered streaming backwards, but it's kind of nice to. I what I like. Oh, 12, 10, 3, 2, 1, 5. What? Okay, well, you hit all the numbers there, Ado. Um, what I like about it is the interaction between you guys and just having a place to kind of talk about stuff. And I mean, I know I'm the only one really talking, but I hours, yeah, all at once in a row, or just one at a time, Ado. Um, it's this kind of interaction where you know you kind of have some connection with the people who are watching your videos. So now you can ask questions and things like that. That's kind of why I liked doing the interviews on my Looney Farm Guys show, is get other creators in there and talk to them and find out what they're doing and just get to know them a little bit better. Yeah, we'll have to have another an exploding microwave episode there, Ado. Um, and we'll get actually Ado is going to be probably my next guest. Um, he has finally found a time in his busy schedule there to send me a friend request on PlayStation. Oh, that's a new one. That's a new bot. Backwards, sometimes the creation process of watching how you create a map is interesting too. It's not always about having something all ready and set to go, which it could be. It doesn't matter. I'm just saying, don't feel pressure. Oh, Farm Dog Max is okay. Come on, come down. He's at the top of the stairs. He's barking at me. What? Come on. Chad, is Jim a princess dog too? He wants to be carried down the stairs now. Oh. Oh. All right, there you go. Oh yeah, well, you know what? Backwoods. You'd be surprised, perhaps. I mean, it all depends. I mean, there's. Oh yeah, okay, um, making mistakes is interesting. For me, anyways. If I see someone that's everything's always perfect and everything's always goes perfectly and nothing ever happens, then I find that a bit dull, actually. But when you're doing stuff and you make mistakes, and other people can see that it's a learning experience too, and and you have a little bit of a laugh too, right? So you never know. Um, it, you, I didn't start out doing the stuff I'm doing now isn't what I started out doing either, and it's it might take a while to find what you like to do. Oh, yeah, struggle. Oh, how about disastrous? I, I touch landscaping, and it's like an unmitigated medicated. Oh, maybe it's medicated too. It's a disaster. I I don't do much of it because it ends up as just erasing the game save and starting over. It's so yeah. I did a little bit here, and it's like I got some pretty nasty edges. Exactly, backwoods. If you just do it. I mean, that's and like I was saying, what I started out doing isn't what I'm doing now, because you do something, and if you find that you're not having fun doing that, try something else. Or if you're, mm, it takes a while to find your place in the uh, place in the farm sim world, I guess. Um, yeah, and Ado's right there. Not everyone's. I mean, you can't please everybody. So there's going to be some people that won't like what you do, and that's fine. I mean, not everyone likes what I do, and that's fine. Some do, and some don't, and it's all okay. Um, and it's a good community. So I mean, you might. I mean, this first thing you try is probably not going to be the thing that you're going to be doing later on, and it just seems that way. But what it does do is get you comfortable just recording stuff and talking to yourself, basically. And you have to. It's kind of one of those things. And yeah, there's a lot of people that like the realism type of gameplay where um, oh, that kind of gaming. Yeah, there's people looking for all different kinds. I mean, yeah, Ado, that's exactly what. To just be yourself. Don't try to be someone else. Now, I mean, it's not to say, like, I watched a lot of Mr. Sealy P, and I did like his style. So, but I mean, I'm not trying to be Mr. Sealy P. So it's one thing kind of seeing how someone does something, and kind of gravitating towards that style of gameplay or whatever it might be. But it's important to be yourself. Maybe that certain style isn't your thing, and it just takes a little while to find your style of gameplay and to translate that into something that people like to watch. I guess that's about all I think the most important thing is, are you enjoying what you are doing when you're doing it? That sounds a little cryptic. Southern lady, how are you this evening? I hope you are well. We're just kicking back and doing, well, stuff. Uh, I'm just working on my. I figured I'd just take some time and work on my uh, dairy farm. You enjoy watching because it's different from the way you play. Okay, yeah. Uh, and you know it like I said, people could tell if you're having a good time when you're making a video or something. If you're going through the video and you're kind of like grumpy and grumbly and it's like, oh, I got to make this video, and people notice that and it's going to turn them off, right? So number one thing is enjoying yourself doing what you're doing, and that kind of that translates that's projected in your video that you're having a good time and you like what you're doing, and even though maybe what you're doing is not the most exciting thing, but but you're having fun doing it, and people can feel that. Um, okay? So CBW, you try to keep a few long jobs in your back pocket, okay, in case chat gets rolling. Oh yeah, and you need to pay. Yeah, so you get a worker going, and then you can pay attention to your chat a little bit closer. Yeah, I hear you. Oh yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, I was just trying to peek in and see how you're doing there. I'm sorry I didn't stay too long, but I see you got a nice little thing going on there. You're very welcome. Chad, throw up Southern Ladies link there if you can. See everyone check out Southern Ladies. She does live streams and a few other things, I suppose. It's hard to keep track of what everybody does. But I do like the live stream thing. It's just because, yeah, yeah. When the chat's slow, that's when you can do the stuff that you have to concentrate on. Making chaff isn't exactly um, isn't exactly the most exciting thing to do on a live stream, but um, yeah. Well, you know what? It kind of Ado. It kind of forces you, like you said. It's changed um, uh, how you it kind of forces you to open up and to be. People like to hear you talk. People like to hear to talk about stuff. That's the one thing I've found, at least for the most part. Um, well, you play a lot of in cab. You mean backwoods? Um, there are a lot of guys that do that. It's not my preferred way of playing because I like seeing them. See, I think what it is, a lot of people like to see the machine and the machine working, and how the stuff is blowing into the back and different stuff around the environment. And if you're in the cab, which is kind of neat because, well, I mean, if you're like this, this is what the actual operator would see when they're operating a machine like this, and that is real. And if you're doing a realistic gameplay, then this is what you're going to see. And then if you're stopping, you have to look around. You kind of like, oh well, the trailer's supposed to be there. I don't even see the trailer. Maybe if I turn a little bit, there it is back there. You can't even see the trailer. So so you can kind of see, but that's kind of your choice. Yeah, you know what? If you don't like, uh, oh, okay. So, so you drive to the field in cab, and then you do field work on the outside. Well, that's. I mean, that's different too. I mean, that's not all the time in the cab. So I know I see. Yeah. Chad says virtual farmer does a lot of first person. I know. Clutch simulations. You see him in the cab a lot, especially when he's driving uh, to and from the work areas or stuff like that. Oh yeah, oh yeah. You know what, Southern lady? I kind of know what you mean. You kind of you get a writer's block, right? You don't want to talk about. Uh, oh, you know what? Rambling on about nothing is probably the best conversations I've ever had. Yeah, you know what, Backwoods, you just try it. And actually, I remember listening to uh, yeah, he's the instigator. I remember DJ was interviewing a YouTuber, and I can't remember his name. And he said, basically, he's saying, just try it. That's right, Chad. Just try it. I mean, the first little while you're gonna be a little nervous, and you're gonna be like, oh, what am I gonna talk about, and what's gonna happen, and but just yeah, just try to relax, and everybody's here to have a good time and to have a chat and to watch me go around in circles. But what he was saying was the first time you do any videos or stream or anything, it's going to be terrible. It's just plain simple. It's going to be terrible. But everybody, everybody's anyone watching is kind of hey, you get leeway, right? I mean, it's everybody knows it's pro. The first time you pick up a basketball, you're not gonna probably not even gonna hit the hoop or the backboard for that matter. So it's a growing experience, right? It's a thing that it's a progressive thing, and like you say, as you start doing it, then you'll figure out, oh, I like doing this, but I don't like doing that. So you kind of go down your own path. You might start by saying, hey, I like this person, I like the way they do it, or I like the way they do it, and you might pattern your videos after that. But after a while, you'll start to get your own kind of style and the kind of thing you like to do. And yeah, and it'll just kind of go from there. And you might change gears halfway through and say, I don't like doing this. I'll do something other way. But the only way uh, yeah, the only way is if you start and try it, right? Chad makes some notes there of things to discuss. Um, if I did that, they would just get crumpled up and tossed in the back, anyways. Yeah, little goals too, right, Ado? You're not, you have an end goal, maybe, or maybe not. Maybe the goal is just to do your first live stream, and right now it's a little bit tough, I think, because we only have five maps now, right? Three base game and two new maps. So I mean, there's not that many maps to choose from. It's not the map that's going to be unique. So uh, yeah. uh, so there's only so much you can do. Yeah. I never have anything. I mean, you guys are pretty good at keeping things kind of rolling. And there's so much that happens during the day in Farm Sim and a lack of things to talk about, to be quite honest. Um, so there's always seems, even if I'm not in a live stream, if I could go, I try to keep my Let's Play things kind of shorter, um, and it might be, well, it's up to you. Whatever, like some guys go for an hour, and some guys do a 15-minute, and it's whatever you want to do. I used to go for an hour just talking, and so it's like basically like having a conversation with yourself as well, without people looking at you like you're crazy. Um, I think if you just talk about stuff about, I mean, even doesn't even have to be about farm sim or anything like that. General topics, um, random, random thoughts. Uh, nothing. Of course. Yeah. That's a great example. Um, Bruce doesn't really have any script. I'm sure he doesn't. He doesn't go by any kind of script. And if you look at his streams, they're completely different than, say, um, Clutch or Jelsa, for instance. Um, it's all kind of different, and yeah, and it doesn't have to be farm sim games. If you have other games you like, I did a little bit of Car Mechanic. I mean, just for something different. That was before. That was kind of right at the end of Farm Sim 19, and before 22 came out. It was kind of a dead spot, so I did a little bit of that. And or just take, you don't have to live stream every week or even every month or whatever. Um, there's no really set formula, really. I don't think. I know I heard a lot of. You get a lot of advice, or you hear a lot of advice on YouTube and how to be successful in YouTube or anything. And I don't know if there is a formula per se. I mean, there's things you shouldn't do, I guess. Yeah, timetables are good because then it gives people if it is a live stream, it's something that's meant to be watched live, really, because of the interaction, I think. So today was a little, it was just spur of the moment, but I do like to, like for this Friday, I'm going to put up a little, like a notice on my YouTube page that I'll be doing between 6 and 9 on Friday. Just so people know, and they can choose to be there or not. That's fine. People have lives. I don't, so I tend to stream Friday night. And there's never any football on Friday night, so it doesn't interfere in my football life. So, but back with what Southern Lady was saying, that if you don't know what to talk about, I don't know, talk about the your trip to the grocery store or something like that. I mean, yeah, a life. Yeah, well, yeah. I don't think it too bad. I think that's why just a lot of people are kind of looking for something to do, perhaps at this time. I mean, here it's cold. I don't like being cold, so I don't go outside much in the wintertime. And yeah, so I don't watch a lot of TV, just sports mostly, and the news. So Australian Open tennis is on right now. That's been good to watch. Anybody watching some Australian Open tennis? There've been a few interesting early exits. Um, Looks like it's going to turn out to be an interesting final. Any favorites? Anybody have any favorites still in the draw? Still playing? No? Did I kill the chat? um, it does happen. There you go, Mr. Backwoods. Um, real life stuff, right? You go in it's like, yeah, I got a customer came in and I couldn't, he had a two by four stuck in his tire or something, whatever, crazy stuff like that, or odd stories or funny stories or all kinds of things like that. People, it's human interest stuff that you're farming and you're telling a story, and there's a few people that are good storytellers, and I think people are looking for stories too. I mean, it doesn't have to. You don't have to be a good storyteller either. Maybe storytelling isn't your thing, but people like to hear, stuff. So it's like me getting stuck in my driveway the other day. It's like, well, you've had a lot of snow when you getting stuck in the driveway trying to back out. Of course, I've been negligent and a little bit in the shoveling department, but been lazy. Like Ado said, TV, films, stuff like that. We went to see a movie, kind of stuff like that. Well, I mean, the wife went to see the movie, but the movie was blah, 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 and we liked it or didn't like it, and we had popcorn, and, a boy called Ado kept talking about exploding microwaves. It could be a running joke. You never know. And stuff like that. So everybody has their kind of little thing that they'll find their notch, right? 10 out of 10. 2 thumbs up. Multiplayer is awesome. Multiplayer is awesome because then you have interaction within the game, right, as well as chat. Those watching the game and those that are in the game with the multiplayer. So that's always an added interest. I found with multiplayer or even just videos with multiplayer, because I've done with me and Mr. John Linden there, my friend, and his friend Boots. And then we've had some guests, CBW there. Chad's been with us at least once. And Brian Brew, he joined us for multiplayer a few times, actually. And some of it we recorded, some of it we didn't. It doesn't always have to be, a recording or a live stream. Sometimes I just go in and play with my friends because that's what you do. And so sometimes you say, hey, you guys want to record this? And let everybody know. The tricky part is as Chad may or may remember, the making sure everybody's voice is getting recorded if they want it to be. So that you're not just talking to yourself and there's like a silence and then you're like, sounds like you're talking to yourself. It's like, oh, he's talking to himself. Has he finally lost it? Has he lost his last marble? So, but it's always a bit of a game. CBW with the hammer. So, um, uh, yeah, multiplayer is awesome. It creates. I really do have to get. Me and Rob had a good time. Rabid Rob, doing some multiplayer recordings there, and you might find that person that you just kind of hit it. Kind of interact. You hit it off in a way that's fun and interesting, and I know a lot of the viewers like the the episodes I had with me and Rob. Uh, Pac-Man with Rob. What's that? I like what I witnessed with the. Which one was that? Ado? Was that with one of Jelsa's streams? Or Jelsa's multiplayers? Yeah. Right on. No problem. Thanks for sticking around, Backwoods. You take care. And those crazy bots. They must be Russian. Those crazy Russian bots. But, I mean, you know what? I think the best advice that I got or could give was, would you watch? Oh, you drew a Pac-Man. Would you watch what you're doing? Would you watch somebody that's doing what you're doing as a video? It's kind of that's the kind of thing. It's like, would I watch what I'm doing? Like, would I watch someone if they were doing what I was doing? I think that's kind of because that's kind of why I do my mod reviews the way I do them. Is I realized when I watched and I do watch DJ's and Mr. Sealy P's mod reviews, most of them anyways, not all of them. And I don't watch Mr. Sealy every mod review from Mr. Sealy P because lately they've been an hour long. And I don't want to know about the shed that, I don't want to spend 10 minutes watching him talk about a shed or a barn or something. I want to know about the tractor. So I said to myself, okay, right on, Backwoods. Yeah, you have a good night, sir. And thanks again for dropping by. Always a good time here on the Looney Farm, I hope. So I said to myself, why don't you try doing the reviews one at a time and then letting the viewer choose which one he wants to watch? And so that's why I do it that way. I do it. If you want to see the new tractor, then there's one video, and it's all about the tractor and only the tractor, and that's it. You don't have to sit through 5 things you don't want to see the thing that you want to see. And it makes for some short videos for sure, and I think the view time or whatever is not great, but I don't care. If I can put something out there that helps someone decide whether or not they want to download this mod without having to try it, someone else can try it and show you what it does, and you can say, yeah, I want to try it, or it's like, oh, is that what it does? I'm not going to bother then. So if at the very least that's what I've done a service. At least I feel I have anyways. So, and I do try to test them out as much as possible. When there's 11 of them, it gets a little time crunch to try and actually like thoroughly test everything. Oh wow, you 5,000 views. Wow. That is fantastic, Ado. I think I've only got one video that's even close to that. That's pretty cool. That's very cool. Yes, so that's the other thing. Ado's right. Is don't be afraid to try something new. If you get 0 views on it, then it's like, okay, then you know, right? Or maybe you could hit on something. It's like, oh, people seem to like this. Um, you know, maybe that's something I should look at. So that's awesome, Ado. I always like to see other people succeed. I mean, because I'm just kind of like that. It's yeah. Seeing people do well is if the community if the community grows, everybody grows. And if more interest in the game is generated, then the more people that look at my videos, maybe they'll look at your videos, or the more that will look at your videos, maybe they'll be interested in my videos, and so forth and so on. And it's a collective growth. I think is good for everybody. So that's why I don't mind. You see, some people don't like promoting other YouTubers on their channel. I don't necessarily agree with that point of view because it seems a bit selfish, and I understand but it's not like you're losing a viewer. It's not like you can only be subscribed to one channel. Are they afraid that someone's going to like someone else's more than theirs? Well, if they do, then that's fine. I mean, if someone decides to watch Southern Lady's live stream that just happens to be at the same time mine is because he likes her content better than mine, well then that's the way it should be. Why would someone be forced to watch my content if they don't like it, if they like someone else's better? That's on me then, right? That's it's like that's my choice what kind of content I make. I can't force someone to like or dislike my content. Well, I could make it dislikable for sure, but I think you know what I'm saying. I just think that people should be free to, and if it means me, if I promote someone's, or if I let someone's, like CBW there, can start posting some more. Well, there's only 4 of us watching, so we're probably all subscribed to everybody else anyways, but in that sense, I mean, yeah, spread the love. Share the love. That's what I think anyways. But, oh dear. Well, we're not even halfway done this field yet. Has anyone else noticed that they're getting less silage off of crops like the corn as opposed to Farm Sim 19? Because it seems like I got a whole lot more chaff off of corn than I do in 22. Even if I do everything, where it's maximizing my yield, I just feel that they've kind of nerfed the yield for sure. and not just in corn. Um, I think they've nerfed the yield on a lot of the crops. We just not getting. Yeah, yeah, you too, right? It's not just me. Yeah, and it's not something. Well, it's one of those things where you'd have to really, you'd have to go back into 19, get a same sized field, and basically the same kind of crop and the same. See here, the problem. I think what really has a big effect is this yield percent. See, I'm not 90, about 90, well, 95%. Um, so, but what does that really mean? Like, I think Farmer Cop did some testing, and he when Farmer Cop does testing, he does thorough, like, I mean, numbers and spreadsheets, and him and Driver 53 too, I think, because I've seen him do some pretty in-depth stuff, and I know Farmer Cop did some pretty in-depth stuff about bee, like with the bees, and your percentages. I don't know which one gave you the best percentage and things like that. But and I think the map. See, these are all this is base game map too. So um, I don't know if about you, CB, Chad, but did you notice? Did you notice on No Man's Land that the yield seems to be better on No Man's Land than these other maps? And I don't know if that's. I don't know how much of that is controlled by the map maker. If they can determine um, crop yield, if that's, I'm sure there's some kind of setting in the map when you're making the map for yield potential and stuff like that. So, be interesting. I mean, we're really at the infancy of this game right now, where you have really only two maps. Oh yeah. So yeah, we've had some crops on. Well, Southern Lady. I think it's just a matter of. I know what you're saying. No, it's not offensive at all, because I think partly it's due to just how many men play this game as opposed to women. I think is one of the things, because if I look at my YouTube viewers, and I find it are not my viewers, but who is watching my videos, and I don't really have that many. But I finally got enough that it starts giving me some statistics, right? And I think percentage-wise, I have 1% of my videos, or 1% of the people who watch my videos are female, or at least identify as female. And oh, Rusty. I didn't know you were gone. Yes, I did know you were gone, actually, kind of. But welcome back, sir. We're just talking about Southern Lady thinks that the male viewers, or the male YouTubers, streamers. Okay, the streamers, which is different than video. Do you mean, or are you kind of like including like just content creators in general? Yeah, I think it's, well, I don't know. I don't know that many, aside from you, I don't know any female streamers. So that could be part of it. Um, I don't know about views. I guess it depends on, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of different things, factors, um, especially in in this kind of a game tends to be very male dominated just due to the nature of the game. Not to say that women can't. Okay, people who put out content. Yeah. So there actually only you and I think there was another content creator. Can't spell. Okay, Rusty, I lost you. um, yeah, I don't even I wouldn't even consider that really an opinion. It's just an observation, really. I think if I get you right there, Southern Lady, it's just that it's something that you have observed, and I think I think it's just a demographic, basically, and I don't think it's anything that people prefer to see men or women content. It's just oh, okay, okay, Rusty. Yeah, there was Farmer Girl, I think, but she didn't talk or anything. She just did uh, uh, what do you call it? Speed, sped up video. Oh God, I can't remember now what that word is. Time lapse. She did time lapse videos. Yeah. So, but what I think I was saying, yeah, Chad. I think I just think it's a matter of numbers. If there's only we can how many male content creators can you think of? Probably a whole lot more. So, but I mean, it's not like it's anything particularly good or bad about it. I think it's just a matter of numbers. Yeah. um, yeah. Yeah. I mean, trucks, tractors, cars, kind of a guy thing. Not to say girls can't be interested, because my sister works on cars, and you know, but if there was a sewing and quilting content creator, I'm sure the script the tables would be flipped the other way, right? So, not to say that guys aren't interested in quilting, just saying the majority of viewers for that would likely be female. Yeah, everything. Yeah, yeah, consistency. I think that's the one thing people look for. That's kind of what I look for, really. Or one of the things I look for is someone that's, regularly putting out interesting content, and not just content for the sake of content, but you know, is if it's once a week, then it's once a week, or if it's once a day, then it's once a day, or things like that. So I think who was mentioned? Abakowitz mentioned like they kind of like they plan their day around certain content creators, and when you know that someone's going to be live streaming at a certain time of the day on a certain day, then you get return viewers, right? Or people that are looking at your that are looking for your content. So think Rusty's totally 100% correct there, sir, as usual. And Rusty's a little bit, well, due to his work schedule, is not as structured as some, but but he's often on, so that helps too, right? So I always got the computer on, so except late at night. I'm not a night. It's starting to get late already for me. I'm not a night. I used to be able to stay up really late. Oh, is that the? Yeah, I know YouTube has a lot of like tips for YouTubers, like content creators, and at kind of different levels of things. I've watched a few. Those are fairly generalized, I found. Although maybe I didn't watch. You know, there must be lots of them. I know YouTube puts out like instructional videos for people who want to make videos. So check those out too. I'm guilty of not watching them, but it's information's always good to have information, and then you can choose whether or not or however you want to apply it. Yeah, you know what, Southern Lady, that's well, streams, I don't know, intros and outros, but videos, yes, definitely videos. People kind of look for something, you know, to lead into or to outro, or at least a little something. The Share Factory is great. I've learned to use it. I mean, I'm not a pro at it. Yeah, Rusty, no, and it's not a knock on you, because it's what fits into your schedule, and that's another important thing too. You can't, I mean, unless you're, you know, making money to get paid by YouTube or whatever, making a living at it, life has to take priority, and you know, you have a life to live, so. This is something that has to fit in amongst the gaps. And yeah, sure, Rusty. Yeah, you have carte blanche here on this stream, as you would normally always have, for sure. I trust you with my, well, not my life, not yet. Don't know you that well, but I trust you with my stream, Rusty. But yeah, so play around with the Share Factory. I mean, it's got some really neat stuff in there. I know there's a lot of YouTubers that use it exclusively to make all their stuff. I make all my videos on the Share Factory, and then I put them onto a flash drive, and then I load them up onto YouTube through my computer. I just found it's you have a little bit more control on. It's a little easier to, you know, do the descriptions and put thumbnails and stuff. But that's kind of how I've figured out myself to do it. It's probably not. I do have a computer that has a movie editor kind of program. I haven't really. I got a new computer to do that for, and then I haven't. I just stuck with Share Factory because it really works for what I do, and because I do so many short little videos. It's I I pre-make a bunch of intros and outros depending on what kind of video it is, and that's kind of how I do it. It's not saying that's how it should be done. It's just kind of how I do it. So it could be something that you could pre-make an intro to say a series, like I did for this series I have on this map. I have a pre-made intro, and then I just stick it on the front of the video for that series. Oh, okay. Well, you don't like to talk too much because you get in trouble when you talk too much. Oh, yeah. Sure, Rusty. Thanks for the extra info. I hope people can maybe check it out. Um, you know what? What? T- so if I may make a suggestion there, Southern lady. Um, well, see, yeah, because you do have to be careful when you're making a video on YouTube because if you'd say something they don't like, they could ban you or pull you, do something bad to you, anyways. So, um, think of the most uh, think of the place where you have to watch your language if you're going to be there talking to someone or in a place where you have to watch how you speak. So, say for example, if you go to church, say how you speak to other people in your church, or if you're in a court of law, you have to be respectful and not watch your language and so forth with the judge and so forth. Or if you're say on TV, this is kind of like being on TV. There's certain things you oh well, you don't have to know to spell to say a word. I'm the worst speller. I I don't know. Well, if you I've misspelled so many words uh, typing, putting in thumbnails and stuff. I'm surprised someone hasn't called me out on it yet, because I'm the worst speller ever. So, but I think if you kind of put yourself in a place where um, mentally where you know that language is or saying things. No, no problem, Rusty. Um, Perhaps that might make you. Well, I don't know if that would make you feel more comfortable, but it might make you feel more comfortable about talking if you knew. If you try, I don't know if that'll work or not. Um, I've kind of like, if you're in a professional environment, you talk a certain way, right? Yeah. Oh my goodness. It's funny. I have a funny story actually about. So, I've never been a good speller. Oh, cool. Oh, right on. Thanks, Rusty. That's some really good information. Um, I'm gonna check out that link later. So I mean, I've never been. I don't know what it is about me and words. We don't get along well when it comes to writing them down, and never really figured out. The English language is a really difficult language, and it's the language I've known all my life. Um, so it's funny because when I started, well, the job that I'm doing now is I'm mostly working on computers and emails and stuff like that. And my brother and I started emailing each other to communicate during the day or whatever, saying hi and talk about stuff. And he asked me one day, he says, like, when did you learn how to spell? It's like I didn't spell check because I got spell check now on the computer. I don't have to. it, it tells me if it corrects my spelling. So I mean that's pretty bad. So yes, I often have to look up words, how to spell words if I'm spelling something. Yeah, and even then I get it wrong because sometimes I spell a word so wrong, even spell check does doesn't know what I'm trying to spell. Yeah, yeah, I'm slightly dyslexic also, Ado. Not badly, but sometimes it messes me up. Uh, Sorry, I'm missing chat here. So Rusty is saying, I think Farmer Cop and Chelsea and others may use a different one, but for logos, yeah, okay. Well, for my logo, my daughter made that up for me. Um, she's pretty good at the graphic arts thing, and that's what she did for quite some time. She also had an intro and outro, a really nice one that I still haven't got from her because, yeah, yeah, that's what I heard. Like I said, my daughter did mine for me, so I kind of had an in that way, at least for now. Um, Chelsea had he paid somebody to do his most recent one. Although, if you ask me, yeah, don't worry about spelling. That's what spell check is for, Southern lady. Um, if you ask me, Chelsea's logo looks really a lot like a lot of other logos, and I think whoever's making them is kind of just taking a template and kind of sticking their stuff on there. Yeah, yes, there's lots of Google if you have a phone. Yeah, Google on the phone or even asking Siri. Sometimes I just ask Siri if you have an iPhone. It's like, hey Siri, how do you spell this? Or spell this. And it's like, oh, okay. So yeah, don't be too worried about spelling. Actually, there's a lot of yeah. You use YouTube is when you're using YouTube. Yeah, I think is that what you're saying? Um, what was I saying? Yeah, spelling. Yeah, don't worry too much about that. Um, Actually, oh, I got something in my eye. Damn it. Um, well, yeah, you know what? And it's a growth process, Rusty. I mean, I see some of the stuff that people do on the Share Factory, and it's like amazing. And to be really honest and kind of blunt, I don't have the patience to spend a lot of time uh, doing a lot of fancy stuff on intros and outros. So, but it is kind of important. It is nice when there is kind of a nicer. You see someone's put a little bit of effort into doing an intro or something like that. So it is worth at least a little bit of time spent um, doing something like that. And thumbnails are not. I've heard a lot of comments about thumbnails. So yeah, Ado, Wally, yeah. Um, Oh, getting it onto the PS4. I see. Um, yeah, I wouldn't know about. I know they have a download option on Share Factory. And I would assume that you would put it on a on a memory stick, and I'm full here. On a USB stick and load it onto your Share Factory on your PlayStation. But that's about all I would know of that process. um, what was I saying? Oh, yes, about intros and outros. Yeah, see, I lost my thought. But anyways, um, yeah, more chaff. We might actually fill this up. Um, or I think I'll just harvest. I got two more fields of corn. I think I might just leave the last field to mature and harvest it as normal crop. Because a little bit of cash is nice, and it's not like I'll have. I don't want to. Oh, yeah, it's getting close to that 3 a. Oh, it is 3 a.m. ish in. Oh, yeah. I was wondering how you got those stickers, Rusty. Did you use a USB, or was it? Did you do it over Wi-Fi and kind of ported it over? I would kind of like to know how you did that, because I might have to do something like that once I get my hands on the intro that I want to use. And it would be so much easier to just patch them all together on ShareFactory. ShareFactory is so easy to use. Once you figure it out, it's fast and it's easy. And I find I can organize my videos and kind of get them onto a stick. I put them onto a stick and then uh, post them onto YouTube through my computer. But anyways, yeah. Well, I guess. Oh, we got 5 people watching. Well, hello everybody. Oh, yeah. You know what, Rusty? I'm like you. It's like one of those things. You have to get something done, so you figure out how to do it, and once it's done, your mind says, "Okay, that's done. I don't need that information anymore," and you forget it, and it just gets tossed into the brain trash bin, and all of a sudden, a certain amount of time later, something comes up. It's like, "Oh, I did that. How did I do that? Oh, I can't remember how I did that," and you basically got to relearn the whole whole process over again. It's like setting up a Wi-Fi or something like that or a router or whatever. It's like, yeah, I've done that, but could I tell someone how to do that? No, I don't remember how I did that. Oh yeah, oh, you're an hour ahead of me. Yeah, you're probably up. Yep. Uh, yeah, I should. We should probably end it there because that's need a little bit of tennis time with the wife, and we will do it again Friday. So I believe Friday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Abracadabra. Rusty? Rusty? Where are you, Rusty? Come, you gotta buy some more land, Rusty. Where are you? Oh, Rusty, that was that was the best invention you had for your Let's Plays. You got to keep them going. Mechanic Mike. Yeah, he doesn't talk much. Grandpa talks though. Yeah, he gets you in all kinds of trouble, doesn't he? Oh, well, it was a good time tonight. Thanks for dropping by for this unplanned live stream. And we hope you all... I'm going to shut this off. It's noisy. Shh. Be quiet. Be quiet. There. Some peace and quiet. With light flurries. We'll have to get together again, Rusty, sometime for some multiplayer. If only just to kick around the tires on some of the tractors. But anyways, I keep dragging this out. I don't want it to end. I don't want it to end. Yeah. Well, thanks, Southern Lady. Thanks, everyone, for coming out. And had a good time. I hope you all did, too. And we had a good chat. And Friday, 6 p.m., unless I get hit by some donuts. And then maybe not. But I'll try to dodge those. The day-old ones hurt. Thanks, Rusty. Anyways, as I always say, remember, it's only a game, so have fun. And if you're not having fun, what are you doing? Anyways, we are signing off. Next weekend multiplayer. Oh, yeah. Okay. You hit me up. Tell me when. I will say goodnight to everyone. Adieu. Au revoir. Hasta la vista. To the chopper. Bye, all.